Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mindset Matters More with your girl, Andy. That's me. And today I got my lips filled. I got them done, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about plastic surgery. I want to talk about med spas. I want to talk about enhancements. I want to talk about the beauty world because, as I pulled up to the med spa that I was going in, the owner had this like ridiculously expensive car in the driveway. And there was maybe about like 10 other women getting procedures done just in like the 2 minutes that I was in the waiting room. And it was astonishing to me. I know the beauty industry is an insane industry. Like it is insanely big. And I just feel like, I'm a part of it. And so I want to talk about it. I want to talk about why I do what I do, how I do what I do. And so I got my lips done. Like, actually, let me tell you a little bit about my plastic surgery journey because I used to think I wanted a BBL, the Brazilian butt lift, where they do lipo all over your body, process it, and then inject it into your butt so that it's nice and perky. Yeah, I wanted to do that. I thought that that was what I wanted. And I remember I had the consult with my surgeon and I had to tell my husband, hey, by the way, I'm sending like butt pictures to somebody just so you know, like I'm taking weird pictures. And he's like, okay, because the consult was virtual at the time. And so I did the consult, and what changed my mind in doing it was he was like, well, just so you know that when you're done, you're still going to have to go to the gym and you're going to have to keep up the results and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, wait a minute. So I'm still going to have to go to the gym? Like, what? I'm like, you know what? And I wasn't even getting something like ridiculous because there's like some people who take the plastic surgery to this like extreme, like unattainable look from the gym. But I wanted something that looked natural, that just made me look maybe 20 years younger. You know what I mean? So I was like, if I can get these results in the gym, then I'm just going to go to the gym. Thanks, doc. Click. But I did wind up getting a breast augmentation. I actually got two of them because the first one I didn't like. The second one is the one that I've currently got right now. But in that, I've also had other stuff done to my face. I've done Botox, and this is the second time that I get my lips filled. It's a level of self-love, right? I mean, the reason that I got my breast augmentation, part of it, I mean, obviously it's vanity, but when you are a small-chested, muscular woman, it is really hard to find clothes that fit properly. I mean, it's like this weird shape. Like if you go bigger in size, it automatically assumes that you have a bigger chest. And like my shoulders and my arms were getting bigger, but my boobs were getting smaller because I was losing body fat. So it was like this inverse proportion that's like, bigger upper body, smaller boobs rather than bigger upper body. And the other thing is like sometimes with like jeans now, I was talking about this the other day. I know this kind of tangential, but whatever. That now my thighs and my butt are like tight in my jeans, but like my waist is too big. Like, so that's like a whole other problem, but it's a good problem to have, right? Anyways. So yeah, it was vanity because I wanted to look good in clothes. Like I wanted to feel comfortable. And, with my daughter, I nursed. So losing the weight, it was like, man, I had nothing. I was working with nothing. So yes, it was pure vanity, but it was mainly the silhouette, the shape, the clothes with the fitting. And there's like a whole lot of factors that went into that. And then I started fucking with my face. I started messing with my lips because I was like, oh, when I smile, my upper lip disappears. It just like goes bye-bye. It like tucks under and then I have no upper lip. So I was like, oh, I'll just get a little bit there. So I got that done. And I was like, okay, well, since I'm getting poked in the face, I might as well get some Botox and see how that works. And man, I've got some good Botox pictures because like that stuff really works. Like when it relaxes your face, like it just is so good. So in all, like I had these preconceived notions about like, what is like for a long time I was one of those people that like, oh, I would never do any of that. Like I love myself all natural and blah blah blah. And there's still some truth to that. Like I don't dye my hair. I have gray hairs. Like I don't have a lot of gray hairs, but I have gray hair and I'm not like pressed about it. I do have wrinkles and, sometimes wrinkles, you just can't get rid of them, whatever. I got stretch marks, whatever. Like there's a certain level of just stuff that I accept about myself because that's just what it is, but at the same time, if I could pay a little bit just to enhance something, just to make something just a little bit more balanced, just a little nudge in this direction, a little nudge in this direction, great. I'm all for it. So that was kind of what I was going into today when I went in to get my lips done. Again, well, actually, the last time I got my lips done, I was like, I'm never doing this again because it hurt so bad. But then, you forget the pain and you're like, all right, I'll do it again. So I went in. The same thing happens with like tattoos. The same thing. It's like, oh my God, like the recovery period is like, I'm never doing that again. And then like 6 months later, you're like, I'm getting a Chinese symbol on the back of my neck. Like you just come up with these things that you're just like, yeah, I gotta have it. So I went in and I got this. And when I saw the owner's car, I was like, wow, there are millions and millions of other women who are just like me, who just a little nudge here, just a little thing there, just because this is a little bit insecure, or the shirts don't fit, or, when I smile, this thing happens. And there's just like so many reasons for people to have these cosmetic procedures. And underneath it all, actually, I got this from the therapist from the surgeon's office where they did my breast augmentation, because I made you do 2 sessions with the psychologist to make sure that you're like not crazy. But she said something to me that like forever changed the way that like I look at medical procedures or aesthetic procedures like this. And she says, if you do all of this and you still have an imbalance and you still don't look the way that you want, will you still love yourself? And I thought, wow. But she was like, when you have a breast augmentation, it's a pretty big deal. It's a pretty big contrast from being a flat-chested woman to having, I don't know, I think I got like triple D's or something like that. But they're kind of big, right? So, she's like, there's still going to be asymmetrical. There's going to be a scar there. You're still aging. So they're still going to come down a little bit. Like you do understand that this is not going to cure anything for self-love. All of a sudden, you're not going to love yourself beyond this. Like if you don't love yourself now, having the breast augmentation will not make you love yourself then. Like that was the gist of what she said. And I just remember thinking to myself, like I never really thought of it like that. Like I just thought I'm going in to correct something and it'll be corrected. But as I learned, after my first one, it was like, no, it wasn't corrected because I got the wrong implants. I got an ugly shape and a small size. Like it wasn't what I wanted. And I just remember thinking, I was like, I still do love myself. So no matter what the exterior looks like, just remember that self-love is not the packaging. Self-love is not the way you look. It's not the way that you are perceived by others. It is the actions that you take that will forever benefit you. It's taking care of your body. It is taking care of your mind, taking care of your spirit. The self-love does not come in a Botox vial. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go. I love all of you. Bye.